smoke.
So we can see this isn't how it's playing out. The judge, it could do a hell of a lot of damage up close like this, but the smoke is suspicious. They know there's something afoot, and Texture's dealt with it perfectly, well handled by Gen.G, and that's the real threat in this round dealt with already.
Yeah, when you put out a smoke like that, there's going to be a part of you that's thinking, okay, there has to be someone within it. And I like the fact that Gen.G play it safe. Boombot and Seekers gives everything away. They know that the site is clear, and that's the thing. They haven't had a lot of rounds, even throughout the series thus far, that have been particularly clean. Now, though, what can be found from EDG on the way back in? Probably not a lot. Smoky at least will be able to find one, drop an extra weapon, but other than that, expectations desperately low, and Karen's taking a little bit of damage, but he'll fade out of there.
Cek, halo. Aduh, hari-hari, co, di prank Indigo, co. Males banget, anjir. Masalahnya tuh ya, gua restart routernya langsung bisa lagi, anjir. Makanya kayak kesel banget gua. Apa sih maunya? Masa koneksi internetnya ikut puasa, co?
To swing in on the back of that utility and catch a player repositioning around the corner. At 3-3, it really is anyone's game. And that was my worry, was that we'd come into this map after the first being pretty dominant in favor of EDG, and we would see this be a very quick evening. I think at the very least we're owed a close map between these two teams, if not a third one.
Kira-kira kenapa? Nggak tahu, gue juga nggak tahu, sumpah. Dari kemarin, anjir. Indigo berulah mulu.
When it came to their attack, so this is already a pretty decent start from them. If they can keep things.
Apalagi ini anjing.
They'll be quite content. Already a fantastic start. Has been great throughout the series on an individual level. That's a little audacious though. Trade out with the showstopper will keep it in their favor, and Kanka just goes.
Selin banget anjing.
The movement's sublime. Now just looks to try and get a little bit more. The Rolling Thunder's going to leave Texture completely stunned up, but he hasn't been spotted. One bullet is all he needs, but Kankan's there again. A third kill for him already, and he needs the ace. He's going to look to try and get it half, but he's completely blinded.
Oh, ini kok posisi ini kok dejavu ya? Tapi kali ini Kankan enggak ini. Enggak clutch. Kali ini kan enggak posisi itu dejavu aja. Kankan pakai res split, dua orang di atas.
It was done and dusted.
Someone from Giant X is going, no.
Kali ini Kakaknya kalah.
Well, considering a 4-3 scoreline and 3 ultis online, Viper's Pit to play with as well. This was a
kapan lagi like ada jadwal nggak tahu setiap jam segini anjir. Ada aja. Subuh-subuh ngeprank gitu ya, babi ya.
And so far we've seen Gen.G be very clinical.
Gimana gue mau subaton kalau kayak gini kelakuan internetnya anjir. Kalau gue subaton misalnya.
They'll look to farm up an even better one. Right here and now.
Okay then. There's
orang tolol lagi.
A lot of the time we don't see him get to play that star duelist anymore, but with this 1-2 punch of him and Texture on this map, they are really starting to come alive. We mentioned him and
hanya bisa tersenyum menghadapi itu. Iya, betul.
Clinical pieces
to
this puzzle. Carol know already.
Belum Abdul ya ceritanya kalau Indigo belum ini belum Abdul kalau belum rungkat.
But the fact is the economy now of Gen.G is off the charts. You win an eco and then have a couple of cleaner rounds. He's still actually killed the player behind through the other. It's a couple of guns lost, but ultimately.
Ntar gua bikin ini dulu ya, IG story dulu bentar. Belum Abdul kalau belum restream. Sorry, belum Abdul kalau belum rungkat internetnya. Woi santai aja, kayak bocil aja. Bocil tantrum, cok. Texture ini bocil tantrum anjing.
Blast towards the end of the game.
Bisa kayak gitu, Cok.
Ticked over into EDG's favor. This time, it's EDG getting off to an early start. They want to have a chat with the coaching staff and come to a conclusion on how to win this next round.
Badannya sama kelakuan anjing. Kagak sinkron.
And that's going to put Gen.G in a very advantageous position if they find this one. Facing into an eco, it could be 7 rounds already.
Mukanya bapak-bapak, kelakuannya bocil.
You don't want to allow them to get into an afterpart. Having that Viper's Pit online for Munchkin is going to make things desperately more difficult if you're unable to deny. And also you have a showstopper onto Kankan, so you can go for some of those set plays, put him into position. He has been thriving still, at least on an individual level, but over the last few rounds, I feel like Gen.G have just been a little bit quicker in the pace. They've not allowed them to hold util to the late rounds. They've been taking control. And also they're just looking a bit more confident in what they're doing. Like, you can see Meteor committing to these early fights and everybody following him in. That seems to be what's working, at least for now. Now let's see where the response lies. By the looks of it, they might be about to go
Tadi ya, gua bikin IG story dulu.
as they've got no luck. That's something we've consistently seen for Gen.G, as they now look to take some early control towards this B side of the map.
Belum. Sorry.
They have no control anywhere else.
Astaga, tolonglah, woi. Indigo, babi.
Those players slowed down.
Udah bayar lo ya.
But they've already got players towards the site. Meteor's in position. Teammates coming in to rally alongside him. And the retake attempt from EDG, it's not going too well. Kills swinging in favor of
Gila, bisa gila gua anjing.
trade. And a 3 versus 2. Lakia, 4 health. But there's not exactly too much they can do to take him down. If he's hit in those corners, maybe Chichu needs a miracle snake bite to land. And it could come in off the back of the plant. It's Lakia attempting the plant.
Bentar, gue mau bikin story dulu. Belum afdol kalau belum
And that's going to even the playing field a little bit.
rungkat.
So close.
Kalau Indigo belum rungkat.
Now Meteor in the right place at the right time. He's going to clear out both of them. The direct approach.
Gila nih kayak apa ya? Kayak zaman-zaman GC nggak sih? Kayak gini mulu anjir. Apa dia kalau jam-jam segini emang rungkat mulu ya?
There was some gorgeous movement in there from Texture. I don't think there was a
Capek
lot
banget
else
anjing.
in that round, but the showstoppers fired towards him, and he just backs out of there immediately off a blast pack. Just
Apa nggak pakai spell lain? Pilihannya di sini dikit.
That's the perfect thing for the side of Gen.G. They've dodged the showstopper, and that's the one thing that was really dangerous. Kankan in the right place at the right time. He was there. He got nothing.
That's it. But hey, that ain't gonna happen too many more times from what we've seen. Thank their lucky stars as we go 6-3. Gen.G doubling up on the scoreline now. Look at, oh no, never mind. Look at this aggression coming out of Texture. He's running it down towards Vence, and he has certainly chased Kankan to the other side of the map. an impressive pace change from Gen.G. And now they've got full mid control.
Oke, story aman. Pakai kabelan. Justru gua udah pakai kabelan ini sekarang. Sebelum gua nggak pakai kabelan tuh gua paket los mulu main Valorant.
Quick moves in towards the site that have worked better for them in terms of ultimates. Not a whole lot online either. A Viper's Pit for Chichu, but where to place it would be the real problem.
Kayaknya besok sebelum gua live stream harus gua restart dulu deh routernya deh. Sebelum gua stream gitu.
Now they'll have an extra player into support. Nobody already watching, but he doesn't get either. Luckily, Kankan is there.
And so is Chichu. Good shot to start and a follow.
Yuk bikin map 3 yuk biar stream ini panjang. Bisa gitu requestnya anjir.
20 seconds left. It's time to get that spike planted for Gen.G. The last player standing will take Chichu down. But still 3 more, 15 seconds left. And surely this plant cannot be acquired. He'll tap it first to try and fade into a fight. It doesn't go his way. 4 rounds for EDG. It's a resurgence.
Kenapa tadi kayak biasa? Ritual.
Gen.G been looking good, and because of the rounds they've won, there's not going to be any thought of an eco for the rest of this half.
Oh no, not even remotely close. Again though, it does seem like when they split up and play these slower rounds, a lot of the time it ends up biting them in the back. I think just sticking together.
Masalahnya itu ya matinya tuh semati-matinya, jadi kagak bisa. Biasanya kalau lu rungkat kan masih bisa langsung connect lagi kan live streamnya, habis itu kayak habis nge-lag hilang, habis itu bisa lagi kan. Itu bener-bener langsung di end stream gitu loh, mati total soalnya. Dari YouTube-nya otomatis end stream, jadinya harus nge-restream terus. Capek bener makanya.
Well, the pings here from the attacking side seem to be going in towards the spawn. I don't know what play we're about to have come through, but I'm excited to see it. It looks like they want to end towards the A site, and okay, pings go back towards heaven. Instead, that's going to be the play. Split heaven.
Stream perlu berapa kali klik, hah? Maksudnya?
Lurker. This time it's Meteor to pick them up as they start to rotate back. It's a nice idea. See how the execution goes with Seeker.
Tadi sempat offline, tapi karena lama nggak connect lagi, gue harus restart router. Makanya langsung kalian stream sama YouTube-nya. Jadi jaringan terputus, benar-benar terputus.
Yeah, really nice trades. Lakia was well aware, and in fact, Meteor almost gets the kill himself. Can't though. You can't give this man that much space. Quickly,
ya ampun.
This round is starting to fall apart. They know exactly where Texture is. But can't quite connect onto him. The Tykes can do it through.
Oh!
Through on the other side. Into the 1v1, but it's still can't. They just can't deal with this man.
Oh, padahal teksturnya udah bagus banget anjir. Gak dapetin timing, Cok.
Do get ever closer.
A sensational play by Texture.
Oh my god.
Almost won them the round, just blitzing through the smoke. It should have. It absolutely should have. If not for this man. That's
udah bagus banget padahal Texture.
Straight through the smoke.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, running through the smoke. That's even worse. But it works. And if it works, it works. 6-5. EDG in prime position to equalize coming out of this. That's what we like to see. Getting heated down there. Showstopper online for both sides. This should be an interesting one.
Masih muda. Langsung dibalas sama bapak-bapak yang kelakuannya bocil. Enggak sih, mukanya aja yang bapak-bapak.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yang satu bocil. Yang satu perawakan bapak-bapak tapi bocil tantrum. Oh my god, man.
You just lost the entirety of your B defense. Everybody was here waiting for this play to come through. Counter utility used to deny anything. That's the thing.
Tapi jago ya, ya udah lah ya. Dia mau tantrum kayak gimana terserah dia lah ya. Kalau jago mah bebas.
To find any space here is gonna almost rely on a mistake, and you know what? Somehow Smoggy has made this interesting. It won't matter though. He started this round.
Aceh coy. Bocil tantrum Aceh, let's go. Sekarang depending, harusnya depending side lebih bagus. Map defender side. Bisa yuk map 3 yuk.
Of his opponents and getting ahead by just an inch, just a second. That's all he needed. And a gorgeous ace to add to Gen.G's momentum. Now 7 rounds.
Lu nggak usah ikut tantrum anjing.
And moving over to their defense. I'm excited to see what they've got in store for us.
Anak ayam tantrum ini anjir. Bentar. Okay, nice. Dah, aman. Masalahnya ya, kalau seandainya tiap hari kayak gini sih capek juga ya. Restream mulu. Masa gue tiap satu game, satu match ganti stream mulu, gila. Gak enak banget anjir. Langsung diajarin sama Mas Texture, iya lagi. Langsung dibogem pakai galon anjir, kangkangnya. FPX kalah, besok main lagi. Harus dibiasakan dari sekarang sih kayak apanya. Gue sih besok bakalan gue coba ini dulu. Sebelum live di restart dulu routernya. Bakalan nyoba gitu dulu. Kalau emang nggak bisa, mungkin ngakalinnya next map baru next game restream. Walaupun itu sebenarnya nggak enak di viewer anjir. Menurut gua kalau kayak gitu tuh. Sorry. Kayak enak di viewer, ribet di gua juga. Oh ya capek ya udah farming like di stream pertama ya. Coba lihat sekarang like-nya balik ke 21 lagi anjir.
We'll just breeze right past that one, I suppose.
The flash coming in. Nobody looking to take the space. Been a little bit quieter this time around.
Yeah, not as pacey, that's for sure. EDG still just toying with that map control. It looks like they'll be taking the fight eventually, and it's Concon and Smoggy to find the openings.
Apa-apaan itu anjir?
Completely under their control, or so they think. There is a fill back in by Meteor, but well, it doesn't look like EDG have decided on where they're going.
Tadi bangkai sama kayak kemarin,
Checking for a flank. They're just waiting for Gen.G to make that move to re-clear the space. Player spotted up close, stun is good. And he's only bought himself a second as that smoke fades. Jichu lands this shot. Texture 45 in a lot of trouble. Emerging from the smoke element. How has he gotten all three? He was 45, now 15 HP.
Mano akal, Cok. Mano akal, Cok. Apa itu, Cok?
Beautifully for that one, and with Texture being on 15 HP, to be honest, after what I just saw, it's anyone's game. But 14 seconds left. Nobody has to be so quick. And look at Texture. He's already here. This could decide it. If he can speed his way through heaven, he might get the angle just after the plant. It all depends on where nobody's looking.
Gila nih orang sumpah. Gila, bro. Untung dia tidak tantrum dan loncat dan mati karena jatuh fall damage ya. Untungnya.
There's been a lot of plays.
Oh gila itu clips ya anjir.
In particular that have left me speechless. I have no idea how he manages 3 kills here. Like the last 2 especially. Like that's better than anything you could ever dream to get from that position.
Satisfying anjing. Satisfying as hell.
Look at him go. Give it to him. Oh, that's wonderful.
Aduh, kelakuannya tapi kayak gitu anjing. Jago sih, tapi kelakuannya bocil.
The most audacious play of the day. Wow, that was a round that should have been for EDG, but for that man. And already,
jago, tapi kelakuannya
are showing why we talk about this double duelist coming into this map. If they were going to win this, if they were going to compete, they had to be fantastic. And you know what?
Itu menyala banget sih.
They're doing all right.
All right is an understatement. What we've seen so far, individuals are coming online.
Forsaken set the bar.
Hey, listen, that's a bar that I think only he can jump over. But well, with 9 to 5 on the board, Gen.G may well have that third map locked and loaded.
Texture menyala lagi anjir. Ini texture yang kita kenal ini. Tadi di Xbox sebenarnya nggak seberapa dia.
It's only a 4-round gap. It's recoverable.
Mungkin karena itu juga kalah anjir. Karena teksturnya nggak seberapa nyala kayak ini nih.
It's definitely a long road back.
I think not helped by the fact that Texture got so many kills and is now 1 away from the showstopper.
And also the other kills all went to Meteor, which puts him a few away from a Blade Storm. So even if this goes badly, if he gets 1 or 2 kills and dies, that could be enough. They've actually got a great read as well. 3 players set up, Tiger through. Now there is a judge coming out from Card. The push through on the other side, but the trades have come in. Kept things in their favor. They don't expect Meteor to be here. Why would you? Another man pushing into mid.
Oh, tapi teksturnya udah ini ya, teksturnya udah meninggal ya.
Gen.G could.
Sebenarnya win rate turun sih, tapi ya, bisa. Ayo, Meteornya masih jago.
He has now got some serious weight to carry. 3 players. Spike in mid. And they have a decent idea of where he's coming from. And his opponent's picked up a judge.
Yeah, picked up a judge and is sitting inside a smoke. So, very best of luck to Smoggy here. Blind spray is probably his best chance.
He could stun all of them.
True, but he doesn't want to give it away. It's a contact play into a judge. And he got the contact he was looking for. 10 to 5.
Nice.
Digits for Gen.G. Showstopper online. Blade Storm.
Apa map 3 sangat terbuka, sangat luas ini sekarang nih. Map 3 nih. Map 3 unlock nih kayaknya.
add up all those things, and it seems like it's a pretty hefty advantage towards the defensive side right now.
Oke-nya baru kali ini Meteor pakai duelist. Kalau mereka meta 2 duelist, Meteor biasanya ambil duelist.
And yet it has been incredibly enjoyable.
Well, you did say you expected a map 3, but
not in this order.
Yeah, the other way around.
The journey hasn't gone as planned, but we might reach the same destination.
Exactly. Somehow we've taken.
Bahagia banget ya tekstur ya. Di GE nggak gitu.
The city's a little confusing sometimes. The GPS doesn't work. Nice shot by Meteor. Double as well. The outlaw putting in work in this
penghancur.
middle.
Penghancur. Ini penghancur Ikoron anjir.
We said it in the last map when they've got pistols, they were able to upset a lot of opposition.
Outlaw penghancur penghancur Ikoron. Life shield-nya langsung meleleh semua anjing.
This has genuinely become a race for who's going to be number 1 on the scoreboard.
Meleleh bosku armornya.
Kankan is still like in a close 3rd place, but those two have started to just completely run away with this one. But you know, he's always terrifying. Guardian gets him a first. Now he's actually a couple away. One more kill, even if he goes down.
Bisa gitu nembaknya.
So quick with it. A single bullet is all he needs. A plant is actually going to give him a showstopper, but he has to try and fall back from it. And actually, the defenders are going to use their own one. Karkas just found another one. It takes a bazooka to take him out. He's given some.
Dia tadi pakai galon juga ya.
But Texty was blind. I don't even think he knew that he'd killed him.
Paling tidak udah tanggung jawab di map masing-masing gak tampak ya.
A fantastic paranoia and even better decision making.
Kankan versus texture.
Good chance they're stacked up, one above the
other.
Rukat.
Internet rukat.
Blinds the guy down below, takes the fight against the top player.
Wait, where's this one?
Gila kayak gitu aja ngepleknya anjir.
Crosshair didn't stop moving either. It went past him. He just clicked.
Wah gila, untung dapat tuh teksturnya anjir. Kena blind loh. Kena blind, kena near sight loh itu, nggak bisa lihat itu padahal.
He's out of the arcade. 3 minutes in.
They'll just go. We've run out of items.
Hey, that used to happen to me down at the arcade. The coin machines, they'd come over, unplug it. Oh, it's out of order. Oh, sorry about that. Some of those machines.
Sunburst siapa Sunburst?
And that's exactly what this guy's been doing. Texture's 21 and 12.
Yeah.
I mean, he like I said, he struggled last map. It didn't look too comfortable. But, well, a completely different face coming out of him.
Yeah, it is a 3-horse race for top of the board, but he's definitely leading the way. That round from Kankan could have gone down as one of the best. Unfortunately for him, he did get bazooka. So that's one way to put him down. It seems to be the only way at this stage.
Masuk akal. Ayam.
He seems like maybe the only player that could cause any issues here for Gen.G because they now
namanya juga pro player, kita mah apa?
Operator on the board for Meteor as well, who has also had a real step up. Bit of a slow start to this game, but that has quickly diminished. And now looking to just almost roam mid. They've got 3 players set up onto this B site. EDG spread. Trying to play this one in a bit of a slower default. Problem is they've even used ults of their own.
OP udah.
In the last round, Kankan, I didn't actually notice it. He used his
apakah itu ketahuan pakai OP-nya?
That's now gone.
Must have been extremely quickly.
I think it was he got showstoppered as he popped his.
Yeah, he did actually blast back up in the air. Yeah, true.
Wrong
way. Wasn't looking into the oncoming traffic. That's 3 players swinging out on B main. He doesn't even get the info that there's 3 of them there. It's the worst part. Good shot in the back. Then you got 2 more players coming through.
Mereka main default, dapat info. Tapi pakai kepala. Playernya dapat infonya.
It's being taken. Textures dropped on B. Now you might start to think it's a B play. Although they've just heard them on the ropes. Yeah, now you're sticking around. Meteor's here. He's ready to fight. Although they'll give up control up top. It's that, not only the scope, but the Blade Storm backing it up that's been activated in Heaven. And EDG, I mean, look, they're playing blind no matter where they go. But as we can see, it might be the wrong decision. Meteor's already considering the rotate.
Gen.G menang 1 membership. No, ayo.
Looking at Kankan and what can he find here?
Map 3 kan ini.
He's been
waduh.
And that's already the start they're looking for, leading the way into the site. He doesn't know there's another map.
Nggak ngecek.
Will be taken out, but that entry
jadi 2 lawan 2 tetepan ya.
things into a 2v2.
Atasnya
Meteor
kecek
Blade
ya.
Storm out, maybe trying to deny any sort of plant, but hasn't been able to. And the rotation coming around from Munchkin, you'd think he maybe wait a moment.
Pas banget ngeceknya kayak gitu. Let's go Bang Meteor. Gila. Pas banget ya. Pas banget orang-orangnya pada ngeliat ke atas semua anjir. Dan ke kanan. Kirinya langsung nggak. Gak diurusin, cuek anjing, cuek.
By the end of the game, Gen.G have been snowballing. We said it was a dominant scoreline on the previous map for EDG. That was 13-8. Well, here on their map pick,
itu dia timing, bro.
13-5, and there's a lot of weaknesses coming into this round for EDG.
Well, I think you can just clearly see a confidence difference from the last map.
100%.
The timing.
That is a 2v2. You wouldn't be surprised for thinking it was a 1v2.
Valorant timing itu, salah satu Valorant timing itu.
The way through spawn, he's like, don't worry bro, I've won the round, let's go
Pas
next.
dicek nggak ada. Pas nggak dicek, keluar.
Hello. That's a bit problematic for Munchkin, but he is going to be able to get out there with
Timing Valorant itu, bro.
too much of a scrape. Immediate, this is exactly what I'm talking about. He has Lakia in pocket to help him out here. Smokes could be gone within a second because this man is just
hilang.
missing. He's now one away from texture, by the way.
Udah crumbling ini, udah crumbling. Nggak bisa apa-apa lagi nih harusnya.
Yeah, it seems like a formality with the way rounds have been going. The fact that it's a 5v3 and the amount of hero players
Orang udah ketahuan
from EDG to fight their way back into a 7-round in a row. A 7-round deficit. And yeah, it has to be consecutive. I like the idea sending the really slow play through middle to try to find a gap.
Gak nge-flash nih.
Not seen anyone in vents move towards heaven.
Gak nge-flash, Mas.
He's got one. The follow-up.
Bridge-nya nganggur bener loh. Flashnya. Udah, GG. Next map. Next map, unlock.
Who seems to be destined to close this round out. There it is. Not just
Gila.
the round, but the
Absen kepala tuh.
A 13-5.
Laki senang. Aku nggak bot frag guys, aku nggak bot frag. Gila keren banget gua anjing. Dia bot frag nggak? Nggak kan? Ini tadi Laki nggak bot frag ya? Apa bot frag? Bentar, gua harus melihat statistik. Gua lupa actually. Hadi Almata memberikan 1 gift membership karena Gen.G menang. Eleven Tomato, berterima kasih kepada sponsormu itu. Dipakai emoji ya biar abu-abu iri, let's go. GG Gen.G, let's go. Gila. F3 bro. Kalah di best mapnya masing-masing. Tapi tadi bener-bener kalah nembak, cok. Yang di Xbox tuh bener-bener kalah nembak Gen.G-nya. Belum panas aja kayaknya ya. Klaim-klaim, hey ular. Anda sudah platiron, masih klaim-klaiman. Masih hijau lagi. Satu lagi menang, meluncur lagi, boleh. Ini dari kubu EDG nggak ada kah? Nyari-nyari anjing. Dari kubu EDG nggak mau nih. Kalau menang nge-membership juga nih. Kalau menang aja iya. Tadi kan EDG menang. Kok nggak ada di kubu EDG? Eskiko, welcome to the membership. Kenapa gue kepikiran Eskiko aja? Welcome, jangan lupa di like. Jangan lupa di like. Jangan lupa dipakai emoji biar abu-abu iri. Let's go. Welcome bro. Posko kemenangan Gen.G nih anjir. Gue sih nggak ngomong ya. Lo belum sahur kayak. Gue kan beda server. Saya mau buka sekarang juga bisa. Ini kenapa burit anjir? Apaan? Makanya saya setannya tidak dikurung. Karena beda server. Tapi harusnya yang WI apa? Banjarmasin tuh masuknya waktu Indonesia Barat ya? Barat kan? Bukan, Barat tuh kita, Jakarta. Timur apa ya? Gue lupa anjing. Harusnya udah berbuka maksudnya. Wita ya. Udah berbuka. Di sini 1 jam lagi di Jakarta. Sahur bang, iya bagi yang udah sahur selamat makan ya, selamat makan. Yang udah buka di daerahnya. Ya tadi lupa, kebablasan ngomongnya buka. Makanya gue bilang selamat makan aja udah. Siap-siap nih yang belum dapat membership. Iya kalau Gen.G menang ya, semoga Gen.G menang dah. Dan kalau aku gak ketiduran iya lagi. Oh iya benar. Laki ya tidak bot frag, pantesan dia senang banget anjing. Gak bot frag dia. Nah sebelumnya kena kopi kanan enggak. Internet rungkat aja mah. Ngeri habis sih si texture habis di taunting kangkang. Wah gila. Yang bunuh 3 orang pakai ghostnya itu tadi loh. Itu yang nggak masuk akal anjir. Gimana itu? Kalau semua lagi iya makanya anjir. Itu dia basically cuman gerak cuman ke kanan dikit udah habis itu tang. Wah. Yang pertama kan maju nembak dapat 1. Dia menghindari tembakan-tembakan musuh, ke kanan dikit. Nembak yang kanan, langsung ke kiri. Anjay, what the fuck, man? Bisa gitu, anjing. Macam robot nembaknya, Cok. Itu pistoron pada gak liatin screen gimana dah? Gua rasa melihat. Cuma mereka kaget, ada orang gila lewat. Ada orang gila ngelewatin screen ya. Kaget aja kayaknya itu. Makanya langsung salting semua itu. Nembaknya salting semua itu. Berat PPRX, iya PPRX lawan raja terakhir basically. Langsung pulang kan? Enggak. Kan 2 kali kalah baru pulang. Hari ini sampai hari ini belum ada yang pulang. Besok. Dino nomor 2 itu IPX OnePlus Phoenix. Nih, masih dibahas lagi nih tembakan ini nih. Udah gitu dia tadi juga Aceh kan, ngeri banget. Diulang-ulang terus nih. Tembakan pistolnya diulang-ulang mulu. Berapa kali udah? Emang rada nggak masuk akal makanya. Langsung dipijitin bro. Tekstur langsung dipijitin aja. Mantap bro, mantap bro. Tembak terus. Sampai next map. Langsung diservis anjay. Dipikir-pikir texture mirip gue ya. Ah, bermimpi kamu. Jangan ini, jangan keseringan halu.
Senpai was not there, especially now starting on the attack, but mostly so on that second half. Is he going to put that pressure onto the map? Same goes for Karen.
Anjir, EDG belum pernah main di Breeze. 0% semua itu statistiknya.
And how Gen.G can handle it. Last time they played this, they were getting lurks up holes on their defense. On the attack side, they were letting flanks come through. They really need to have buttoned down how to play.
EDG nggak ada ininya, EDG nggak ada track recordnya di Breeze nih.
Playoffs and the loser will have to fight for survival on Monday. One last time, here's Mitch and Tom.
Thank you so much, Mika, and our wonderful analyst desk, Tom, as we dive into this final map, the third of the series, the last of the day. I am very impressed with what we just saw from Gen.G. Do you want to put out a prediction for this one?
Siapa? Decider.
You know what? No, I don't. Because
Decider tuh nggak ada map pick siapa?
I thought
Hitungannya.
EDG would win the second map, and I thought the Gen.G would win the first map. So, yeah, no. You know what? I don't fancy giving a prediction.
Dua bocil tantrum, iya lagi dua-duanya teriak-teriak mulu anjir.
You know what I'll say though? I predict Gen.G.
Tingkah anjing.
It's going to be the same as last map, where Lakia lost one opening duel, won none. Other than that, it was exclusively Meteor and Texture that took opening duel.
Baru iya tadi rungkat.
Absent in early fights. It was just these guys. And with the success they've been finding, hey, I'm not going to ask you to change that.
So the record that they have on this map for Gen.G kind of stinks. It's not been fantastic. They've lost it 3 times in a row to RRQ, Team Secret, and Loud. But according to Jen, who does a lot of the Korean translations and interviews, she said that they feel really confident on this map and in this composition in particular. So, yeah, I
tempat apa ini aja?
You're not winning that fight, Tom.
I know.
I'll let you know. Just like
but I wanted to say it that bad.
Main nakal, Kangkang.
Just like Kan there, not winning
Main
that
nakal
fight.
tapi di-expect anjir.
On that defensive side, an aggressive push that's now left Haodong in a little bit of an isolated
Mereka
position.
ke side yang ada Cyphernya sih. Cypher dan Viper, jadi bahaya banget.
Especially if they took down Haodong, they might consider just full blitzing the B site. That seems to be the plan, Tom, but there could be danger here. Still a trap on site, it gets destroyed, and the cam's gone. A lot of control. Smoggy though with it. Okay, never mind.
Dry pick banget tuh, Mas.
Never mind whatsoever.
Masa Mogi bener-bener dry pick tuh, Mas.
Blink and you miss it. Every single member of the EDG
Gak ada gimmick-gimmicknya gitu, maksud gua.
Well, that's exactly how you want to see it start if you are on that Gen.G
Lawless,
side of
anjing.
things. Clean, clinical. And that's the thing. Okay, it hasn't worked.
Ya ampun, dapatnya pas lagi lompat loh.
That you have 2 agents that can take a lot of map control. I think obviously the one sort of detriment to it is having that single initiator and not having the Cypher. That's the main worry. You can be flanked very easily. So it's something that they're going to have to watch out for.
Gancurin apa ya? Pakai molly.
Early peak. Kan wants to get
Kawan udah ada Marshall ya.
out. Headshots being looked for.
Gak ada yang kena.
No bullets landing. And the aggression from nobody has been spotted. They're anticipating it. There's not really much he can do in terms of continuing down that avenue. Gen.G have been super patient in a lot of these rounds that we've seen before. Anti-ecos, anti-bonus rounds. They're always sitting back, always using their utility to clear up and then catching them on the fall back. I've really enjoyed the discipline that they've shown, especially on the last map, and it seems like it's no different here.
Yeah, I think they've definitely warmed up into this
Ya,
game.
tapi investasi drone ya dia ya.
They haven't cooled off because we've seen a lot of different heroes throughout, especially in their Paper X game. We talk about great performances out of Haodong. I think nobody had a fantastic map of Split. But in the last map, I was basically like, how many kills can Kan get?
Dapat 1 nih kayaknya
And
orang.
if it's not at least 4,
Oh, never mind.
losing the round, which is
Hampir.
not the sign you want to see.
Hampir
It
dapat
reminds
1.
of almost EDG of old. He's the hero, and the rest of the team are just looking to try and put him into position. For this round,
30 seconds left.
expectations incredibly low. Sure, he has a Marshall, which, given the opportunity, could do damage, but now in an afterplant,
Timingnya.
Lack here on a potential late lurk, Now there is a bit of a gap being left, but I think Lakia has
Dapat nih
filled
Hodong.
that. And it will now just be Khan remaining. I think they've already, well, they should have spotted the sniper. He shot a couple
Dipasang
bullets
klep,
at them,
kenapa
so
tuh
I don't know
kayaknya
if
nggak beli
anybody's
deh.
gonna want to feed him.
The only person I can see
Ada
peeking
duit
that is
kayaknya.
Texture. The scope of his own on the Outlaw. And an advantageous fight regardless.
Lakia.
Where he hits,
Suwe banget dia orang.
HP. Kankan's on his way forward. Understandable. You know, he's not going to look to carry a Marshall through to the next, but the Outlaw's holding the angle, and Texture will find that one easily. 2-0 for Gen.G. Not much in the way of damage done. I think it was just the pistol that was lost on mid. So, altogether, a very positive start to this map for Gen.G.
Yeah, and that's the only kill that...
Gak ada yang berani beli half shield anjir. Texturnya bawa outlaw.
A very quiet start.
EDG-nya langsung beli full shield semua. Gak ada yang berani.
Doesn't decide their fate, but it's still a scary fate to have. Like, bear in mind, okay, yeah, sure, they've managed to beat out Paprex once. There's a chance they'll face them again. You've got the likes of Loud, Heretics, like all of these teams that can come back, even maybe a little bit of chance for revenge for FPX as well. So those decider games are not going to get any easier. Getting through first time definitely has its benefits. Already, quite a bit of information. Both duelists being spotted outside of that A side.
Beli itu dia naruhnya di ini
Considering
di hall kalau lu lihat tuh. Ada trapnya di hall, tapi cuma satu. Dia cuma bisa beli satu.
Especially in post plans here for Gen.G. If they can muscle their way into a site, we're gonna have the Outlaw lead.
Harus beli full shield gara-gara outlaw ini.
The side of EDG has got full shields. Of course, they saw the Outlaw last round, so you're not gonna go running into that with light shields, giving him free kills, giving him basically an op upgrade.
Papel malam dulu bang, anjir. Malam banget nih. Jam segini.
If anyone does go for that peek just to grab a little bit of
Atau gak kayak aman tadi gua ngopi sebelum WP.
And that should keep them back.
Yeah, they've got the information that they are still here. It's the split into middle.
Okay, Hanif, okay.
Definitely make things a little bit more interesting. Trying to almost bait with the shots.
Apa nih jaga dungan?
They haven't
Bang
actually seen
aja.
it. Already first duel going their way, but nice work from Howdong. Smoggy as well, combining. Desperately low on HP, but they've managed to weather the storm, hold them back that little bit longer.
Ya makanya.
Leaving just two players.
Kalau ada outlaw mah.
It is a clean
bullshit mah.
Only nobody lost. Which sounds mental as a sentence.
Yeah.
Well, bonus round.
And EDG, well, after a single kill in the first 2 rounds, they do quite well in the first buy.
Buat bikin Nirvana apa? Nirvana nggak tuh?
Push on the side. I mean, this is what I'm saying for Gen.G actually breaking.
I need coffee.
Problem in this round, short of any over peaks.
Sampai kapan bang? Ya sampai selesai ini dong.
They were patient. They took their time, and they certainly managed to reap the rewards for that. Now, coming into round number 4, I'm a little concerned. Meteor has an ulti online, and it's going to be pulled right away. Into another dimension he goes. He's got to fall back, so he's left his gate crash in towards A main, clearing out this like a recon.
Look how far back they've gone.
And yeah, I mean, they've made the right call rather than being blitzed on. Karen has such a good angle for the rotate through. There's no way Chichu could have expected that.
Yeah,
mantap bener tembakan.
The conductor from the back of the gun barrel spotted. The start from
Moncongnya nongol.
It's going to make it so much more problematic. Clearing out these players from the back line is going to be impossible. Bear in mind.
Udah selesai live-nya, besok aku give membershipnya pas Paperex boleh. Paperex itu game kedua loh.
Picking this team apart, Smoggy at least has found one, but here
game kedua Paperex.
Anybody even gets close to that
Waduh,
spike, and they've
tak
already
kaget dah.
both players.
Tak kaget dah.
Blinded himself.
Ngeblind diri sendiri anjir.
Out Smoggy. A clean take from Gen.G.
Nice.
With slightly comical close to it, but
yeah,
they won't mind.
Yeah, I've never seen a man look so lost.
Caranya M on point gimana bang? Ya jangan gerak. Banyak kan orang mikirnya bisa run and gun di sini. Udah gitu crosshairnya kemana-mana.
Ends up getting blinded himself. It was beautiful. That must be so confusing for Munchkin to step into that scenario, seeing them back to back. They were shooting for a James Bond poster. 3-1. Gen.G in a prime position. Bladestorm online, not needed. With full rifles in play for that attacking side. And EDG having next to nothing to work with.
Tampak seperti yang VOD review kemarin, ada kan? Gua nggak VOD review. Tembaknya nggak bisa diem, Cok. Dipikir nggak ada yang namanya recoil, anjing.
storming away.
Apalagi kalau jalan tambah parah recoilnya gitu.
Yeah, I think it's almost just off the manner in which these rounds have been won. As I said, the first
Emang harus ada ketenangan dan pergerakan lo tuh, movement lo tuh penting di Valorant.
And then also the last round again, just one kill. It was only the round that
Pernah makan ayam hidup nggak bang? Gua pernahnya sapi hidup. Tapi yang apa sih namanya tare gitu loh sebutannya. Yang pakai telur gitu, yang emang edible untuk dimakan cara mentah gitu. Yang kayak orang Korea gitu loh.
As that extra space taker, he can also cause havoc when you're trying to go for those retakes. But then you just have Karen and Munchkin. It's sort of like the yin and yang of the team. Like you've got this crazy aggressive lunatic in texture, and then you've got two guys going, I'm in spawn, I'm line up out. Okay, there's the snake.
Tapi itu dimakan ada.
Okay, few seconds. It's gravity well.
Gue lupa namanya tare deh, singkat gue tare deh. Korea tare apa ya?
It's like, you know, the guy that's sweating. You know, the sweaty guy. I mean, you've just got Tess going.
Bukan tare yang ini. Iya, ini bukan ya?
And just the others chilling, just having a nice time. It's a disgusting sort of.
Yuk hoi. Tulisannya yuk hoi.
You have to try and, well, as GB would say, punch him in
Yuk
the face.
hoi. Coba lu Google YUKHOE. Tuh.
Well, this is it. We've seen so many rounds where they just pump the brakes right off rip, play it super slow. Early on here,
Gua pernah makan itu.
What Meteor just did, maybe popping a flash through A main, then TPing right over to B for a much quicker pace take to keep these players in position on A. Perhaps even grab the rotates over, but one man is still here. Standing his ground. Well, not anymore. G2's not standing at all. Good shot from nobody, and an angle line.
Makan sampai utuh, enggak lah.
Yeah, this round looking done already. Smoggy, he's going to get his ult online no matter what happens here. Well, unless he goes down to the spike, but I don't think that's going to happen. But the thing is, Gen.G are just giving them nothing. Every once in a while, someone
yang gua belum pernah makan tuh ini.
Just so passive in their spots.
Apa ya namanya? Yang kepiting mentah itu loh. Kepiting mentah yang Korea yang di fermentasi apa ya? Di saus. Ada yang soyu, ada yang merah gitu bumbunya. Apa ya namanya? Genyang? Apa-apa? Gue lupa itunya nama sebutannya. Genjang gitu apa ya? Tuan Crab, bukan itu. Tapi sifatnya Tuan Crab sih kayak gue sih kayaknya. Gochujang beda, gochujang itu apa fermented chili paste beda lagi. Itu fermentasi cabai itu. Pas cabai, apa sebutannya kalau paste bahasa Indonesia lupa gue. Janggon iya kali ya. Bukan ojajing anjir. Yang salad udang mentah dan salad udang pernah mentah itu yang di Thailand bukan, dancing shrimp bukan. Kalau itu gue emang gak tertarik makan. Gue udah pernah ke Thailand kan kemarin pas liburan tahun lalu, tapi gue gak nyobain, emang gak tertarik anjir.
They know Concon is coming around this angle. Two players are lined up ready to punish, and that was because of texture.
Jajangmyeon beda lagi. Jajangmyeon ini kan ini black bean.
Perfect comms. Again.
Apa saus black bean? Apa bean itu biji kedelai hitam.
To qualify, he was one of the only reasons they were even in the map. Like he was so aggressive but successful with it.
Salut atau balut?
And right now that just isn't the case. Again, they've sold a ruse, trying to keep a couple of players, but right now it's still
balut itu mah balut.
A solo defender.
Gua juga nggak mau. Gak tertarik juga.
He's already low. He's about to come under some serious pressure. And
gua kayaknya nggak tertarik mencoba makanan eksotis kayak gitu deh.
Smoggy actually pushing into his own util to try and just get anything there, and it's so easy. They are making
kayak makan serangga gitu juga nggak tertarik.
Like a walk in the park or maybe a walk along the beach.
Gua makan yang normal aja.
Finally, there's been a response, but just look at where the players are. The afterplant will again ensue.
Apa yang dia bawa gitu?
Rats will go back into their corners.
Emang?
There's no hope.
Kok kaget? Ini EDG emang nggak ada track record yang main di map ini anjir. Lu lihat aja nggak pernah main di sini mereka.
I thought we were in for a quick day and well. It might be 3 maps, but with the way things are going, it could be in the runtime of 2. 13-8, 13-5, and Gen.G now leading 5-1. The question, how many rifles can EDG carry through to the next round? Already one is spotted towards the elbow, and there's the crunch coming in from Meteor. He gets one, and there's more players on the way.
Where do you go?
They're willing to commit. They're boxing him in. Chichu knows his only chance is
Nice.
to come out swinging to try and take the fight before they pincer him. Unfortunately, nothing is found. Rifles are dropped, and EDG, it's not just their economy that's in the bin, it should also be their mental. This is a really tough
Tahu
position
dan
to
apa
play
brisnya
from.
lepas dah.
Yeah, they're so prepared for everything that they want to do. Kankan's initial aggression, I think he's actually caught by his own teammate's flash initially, so unable to find anything on the peak. The push into middle, also, they're just waiting. They're ready. And the second he's dead, it does just look like, okay, now they can go for their executes. They get rid of the real danger. And the only round that they've won so far on the EDG side was purely based of Smongy managing to get a multi-frag on the site.
Survalo bisa ban map ya.
Again, the ult's being farmed up. Meteor one away, Munchkin one away. They've got a couple of marshals to play with in this round, though. Maybe can try and do a little bit of damage, but that's all the optimism I have left.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of damage. Look at their economy on Gen.G.
Yeah.
Paling bensinnya
It's not
habis
gonna
ini
do
mah.
anything like short of them being able to completely break open this attacking side in the coming rounds. Good shot by Smoggy. That's texture down already.
Waduh, texture turun,
Some economy damage.
texture
We need to see a
down,
lot
win
of
rate
rifles
down.
dropped, and really, we're looking
Gimana
for a
ini?
round win for EDG. Every
No texture, no party.
time they run a nice position. Oh no!
Timingnya. Nice reset, Karon.
Still works out for Karon. There was a chance that he gets picked off, but that luck was filthy. And again, look, they're just going to use the Cosmic Divide, get themselves the afterplant. And do I believe there's any hope in the afterplant? Maybe. They've at least eliminated one of the players, but I don't think they realize just yet where everything's going down.
Yeah, just look up in the sky, see that Cosmic Divide, that'll give it away. But they were looking to clear out any lurkers
Apa orang
around. No
kok
one to be
benci map
found.
breeze karena bagi mereka kegedean. Long range battle tuh susah emang.
But if you're on EDG right now, the real concern is Smoggy and Howdong being so low. A bullet, all that's needed to take down the final player, and it is delivered easily. That one didn't really seem under threat. Was Gen.G tighten their hold on this map and on this series with a 6-1 lead. The one saving grace, Tom, is that EDG have 4 ultimates coming into the next round, and they've called it.
Kaido yang nentuin siapa? Ya tergantung
if ever
map
they
yang
were gonna
nggak
put another round on the
yang
board.
nggak kepick sama
This is
nggak
really
ke-ban
what we wanna
siapa?
see.
Apa?
Yeah, not bad.
Pokoknya sisaan.
Because that has been their major problem. Just look at the deaths. It's not something I say too often, but look at the deaths over on Gen.G. Munchkin has died once, Karon has died twice. And that's because they are playing for the late round every single time. Karon's lurks have been sublime, but they're so ready to just play in those afterplant situations. Now, at least with something like a Hunter's Fury, maybe an aggressive push from Kankan.
Terus di random nggak sih? Apanya yang di random?
Clear out some of those late flanks. I'm also looking though at the fact that he's got the operator, because he has been getting it to a lot of early fights.
Saya udah pasti satu ya. Ya soalnya yang di ban kan 2, tiap tim ban 2, mapnya 7. Ya udah 3 map kalau BO3 kan.
It's in his hands once again, and if you're on that EDG side, we are going into round number 8. Both of your pauses are already gone. That is how dire the situation is right now for the Chinese powerhouse.
Squad that came out swinging on map 1 on Gen.G's map pick. They set the tone for the series, and that tone has changed dramatically since we left Icebox.
Beda, Ben Serpar is mandi. Beda.
Coming in hot on breeze.
Apa jadi line down?
About to kick off. Gen.G could be on 7 when we leave this one. As I said, EDG have 4 ultis to play with. Bit of a concern though, with the retakes constantly needing to be played on A, with an ult for Meteor that we've seen used before to just
Kok ada lagi? Masih ada.
get them on there and get
Sampai
the
tanggal
plant in.
24 kok.
And then
Tapi nggak setiap hari, ada waktunya istirahat nanti. Habis Swiss Stats selesai, nanti ada waktu istirahat 2 atau 3 hari mungkin, gue lupa. Terus baru ke playoff.
And unfortunately, it's not found anything with the orb retrieved. Here comes the pit to cover the plant. Now you don't have that Hunter's Fury to clear your way back through. The null command, it's not in on time, and there's not really a lot of coordination for EDG right now. They're still covering out some of this map. It looks like they want to go forward. There's a flank on the way from Karon. There's really not a lot going for this defensive side, even though it's a 5v4. The odds are stacked against them.
Yeah.
EDG-nya bingung nggak sih mainnya?
And I don't even know if they're gonna get anything again.
Bingung, Cok, sumpah, Cok. EDG bingung, Cok, main bridge, Cok.
So much damage. devastation. Smoggy at least is
Bingung
just
dia.
exit kills, padding the stats because the rounds
Gen.G kayak udah katam anjir mainnya.
Gen.G are running a clinic.
Pitnya ada orang dikuasain sama Karon.
The team that didn't fear Gen.G are just
bahkan nggak bisa saving,
getting
Cok.
ruined by them.
How many times have we seen a knife be pulled out? That's the second that somebody
Gua pernah
peeks
bikin
the
kontennya,
ammo.
mari
It's like
waktu
there's
coba
a
dicek.
calling card. They're beckoning them in. It's just so unbelievable. Like we mentioned the flank, but I didn't expect that level of impact.
Well, the funny thing as well is, at that point, the round was already over.
They were going for a save, right?
They weren't looking to actually fight back into
Dan
it.
tadi
but
ditanam,
it's just
Karonnya
not
ditanam dari tadi.
prepared for these players to be around. And that's the thing. They're running the comp with more information.
Tanam buat
They're running the one with the
ngekatin
double
rotasi
initiator
aja.
with the Cypher. And they're the ones that end up looking like fools in almost every single round. The fact is, I'll be honest, I've kind of forgot they even had a Cypher at this point. Like, I just don't think that Chichu's been able to find
Timingnya.
anything. And, it's gonna
Nice
get one
trade,
for
nice
free.
trade.
Finally, Munchkin's died, by the way. I think that's only death number 2.
What? Really?
He's
I
been,
hadn't even caught that.
I think he was 7-1, unless he died last round as well, but even still, he's barely died. Where the Viper's Pit was online
was
until
still
right
up.
at the end,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think that was literally his second death.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. I mean,
And I think Karam will only be on like maybe 3.
the thing is, the trade that they get there, Munchkin falling, it is big. It is removing a lot of the utility that gets them out to sight. Problem is, it was Kong dropped on the other side. That's your entry. Howdong tries to fill the
Disambut dengan
role.
bahagia
He's
dong
shut down
orang-orang ini.
immediately.
Jatuhnya
Lackey's
kurang.
caught in the corner though, trapped in there, and the big
Lah.
iron takes him down. Back up. Well, the first
Ada
shot
lucunya
doesn't
sih
hit.
itu.
But Meteors most certainly does. They don't know that there's a player sitting on the site. Smoggy
Kedengeran
has a
kah
chance, but I
suaranya?
think he just broke the gate crash, so now the info will be there that there is still someone sitting around. There's going to be a bodyguard on the planter, so no chance to deny it. And the real hope, okay, well, that was actually a good chance. Some damage done. The eyes focused forward. Good flash.
Udah ketahuan juga posisi terakhir orangnya.
Just one from behind. He's going to swing straight into this op. I like the cage. Great use of it.
Waduh,
Great
waduh.
swing. Oh, but he
Wih, serem
doesn't hit
banget
the
tuh.
kill shot. 55 HP, but that's enough for texture
bisa,
to
nggak bisa
still be able to duel. And with Meteor coming
Nggak
around the
mungkin
other
dong.
side, I don't see a lot of
Jago-jagonya nih
ways this goes
orang.
for Chichu. He needs to be quick, clean, and clinical. Good shot.
Oh
Good
my god,
correction
oh
as
my
well.
god, oh my god,
Meteor
oh my
forced
god,
back.
oh
The
my god,
defuse
oh
is
my
on
god,
the
oh
way.
my god,
No
oh my god,
utility
oh my
for the
god.
Yoru. It's going to be a drive.
Ooh.
Ping, and it's locked down again for
That-
Gen.G. One of the
that's close.
closer rounds for EDG, but again,
Hampir
they
ya,
lose.
hampir.
8-1 we go. It doesn't seem like there's any safe haven for the defenders.
Itu gua pikir Texture bakal dapat anjir.
Opportunities for them. A few pieces of individual brilliance, an aggressive push, some team play.
Prepare kayaknya.
They met Meteor at the end.
Oh enggak ding.
And they
Gak
went
prepare,
extinct.
kaget itu, kaget.
11-4 for him. But there hasn't been a weak link. That's been the major issue. Gen.G have peaked at the perfect moment, as they have done versus most of their
Gila,
opponents.
Kang ini
throughout this
vibe banget sih. Ini anak.
Well,
Vibe-nya
time to
positif
lock
banget
and
aja.
load. Go again for EDG.
Padahal 18 anjing.
They probably would have called a timeout coming into this round if they still had one, but they've burned them up. They're on their own now.
I cannot use that.
All on their lonely, just like
Masih nyengir.
the
Ya emang harus kayak gitu sih menurut gua. Justru lu butuh orang kayak gitu aja di tim. Bayangin kalau tim lu semuanya kayak emo semua. Wah udah tuh.
One that lets them get close from middle and then
Emang harus ada hype man-nya.
He's out. Okay, cool.
Waduh.
Oh, he's been hunted.
Gila, pakai dapat 2, Cok.
Just huge.
What the heck? Lakia finally.
I've ever seen. They just tagged both. That's ridiculous from Lakia. After a first map to forget, he has been fantastic ever since.
Lakia
Back with a
membuktikan dirinya.
And look who it is they killed, Tom.
Saya mungkin bau pakai gecko di icebox. Tapi gacor main sofa di breeze.
Spike planted.
Nobody's going to try. He's got some support, but again, there's a smoke to deny them a Meteor in an aggressive position. Just doesn't seem to be missing.
Gila-gila ini diajarin breeze, sumpah. Ini EDG bener-bener diajarin breeze aja.
Whether you predicted the first,
Ngeles aja ini, ngeles sama Gen.G aja.
Crazy if you did. But if you thought
Gen.G operation.
was going to go, props to you.
This is
And how is it living in Korea?
this is just so disgusting. Was there? Am I mistaken in saying that there was
Kejarin,
nothing to
Cok.
give away that player's position? That was a blind fire, the Hunter's Fury, right?
Ini ngebales ini.
Bocil
Bocil satunya ikut anjing. Bangsa tekstur anjing.
Bullseye after bullseye.
Tekstur asu.
Are absolutely stealing this series away. They got dominated on their map pick. And then they showed up. They've only given 6 rounds on the last map in this one.
Lucu banget, Cok. Yang lucu itu teksturnya ikut-ikutan anjir.
Either way. The drone's going to give a little bit of info. It really is a bleak reality for EDG right now. We saw on the player.
Itu dia ngebalas si Kangkang nggak sih? Kalau Kangkang kan gayanya nge-OP kan, makanya dia gayanya ngepanah anjir.
No matter who you are,
dibalas, Cok.
you shut this man out completely. But that has been the story thus far.
Ketahuan satu udah Vipernya.
Even being played with by an opponent. You can see just trying to make this awkward, try and make this confusing. And there's texture. Even still though,
Tapi teksturnya
managed to take him down. A
ke-3.
trade, which I'll be honest, so far has been unusual. A deep mid position from nobody, but looks away just as they make the cross. The
Wah,
entire team
lagi.
comes out, and then Kalian peeks into the lot of them.
Laginya lagi oke nih, lagi oke nih. Lagi naga.
Finally we see.
Lagi cacing-cacing naga-naga, lagi dapat naganya nih.
It's because they're finally going B. That doesn't happen very often. It doesn't matter though.
Gila nobody-nya bahkan gak dapet, Cok. Kayak gitu, Cok. Udah padahal timingnya.
Chichu probably gobsmacked that they've actually entered into the B site. I don't know where he's over.
Ya, main nyelonong boy aja loh.
He does at least manage to drop the player planting, but it's after they've already planted. And while just as every other round goes, it is 10-1. Ridiculous.
I don't even remember what round EDG won. To be honest, this has been the most.
Breeze 101 anjir.
I think it was 3 kills.
Breeze 101 ini.
You're right. Yeah, it was the pyramid play.
I remember it
Flash up top.
because it's the only thing that's
It's the only thing that's happened. Like, you could study this. You could watch this back again and again. I spot.
Look at what they're buying. Look at what they're buying.
Stop.
Look at what they're buying.
It's last round of the half.
Look at what
They've got backup weapons.
Look at what they're doing.
Ya jadi sengit lawannya begini lah ya.
Days and three
This is the Kong waiting angle.
What?
Where does he peek? Does he peek A main? Does he peek into middle? That's where Kong is. They're waiting for it. This is so disgusting. They know it's coming as well.
Dia 3 OP ya lagi.
Oh no, they know where texture is. What a disaster. Blade Storm used as well. Upshot fires out. It was Munchkin letting loose on that shot, swapping the weapon over for a Phantom, and they're still keeping the 3. It's just juggled around. Now it's Lakia who's going to be your opper. I don't know how they're running this. You know, you take one shot, then you juggle it over, right? That's your chance gone. Now it's someone else's turn.
Already gone. They're already dropping.
Udah di atas angin sih, mereka beli aja udah.
But they do have to make a play eventually. 50 seconds left on the clock. It's time to push forward. Hey, 2 outside
Kayaknya mereka ini deh taruhan. Kita yang dapat OP-nya banyak-banyak kill. Kita balas tuh gaya Kangkang loh. OP.
There hasn't been a battle or a brawl in this round. EDG have played a little bit more
gila.
passive. It doesn't
Gila.
make a damn difference. They're being battered. Kong again tries to be
Nggak bisa apa-apa, Cok. Bener-bener nggak bisa apa-apa anjir.
Every time
EDG.
he's been shut down. How long?
Diobrak-abrik defendernya.
That's
Sumpah.
nothing they can do. A nice shot at least. He'll know where they are. But knowing and doing anything about it, it's going to be another thing altogether. The plant not the safest, but that's cover. They didn't even need the plant in the end. It is 11-1.
Dapat 1 doang anjir.
The most dominant half we've seen so far in the tournament.
Dikit dari mana China?
And it will have to be an even more dominant one if they're going to turn this around.
Yeah, fair play if anybody can beat that.
Gila, Karonnya dapatnya kayak gitu, Cok. Dapat nobody-nya.
To see a much better half than this on any map. Absolutely gobsmacked by this attacking side of Gen.G. 11 rounds, an EDG that came in the start of the day looking like favorites, playing like favorites.
By the way,
and Gen.G.
ganti lagu dulu, bentar. Emang boleh setelah bantai ini? Ya, mau apa dikate? Semenjak Kangkang taunting, EDG rungkat. Efek karma ya guys ya. Makanya jangan sok jago dulu kalau belum menang, bray. Kalau masih di tengah jalan mah merunduk dulu seperti padi ya. Waduh. Udah selesai belum masih first half, tapi kayaknya Kayaknya lu bakalan nge-give membership deh kayaknya. Kayaknya lu bakalan give membership deh ini. IGL Gen.G siapa? Manskin kalau nggak salah. Kakak udah nggak teriak-teriak lagi, capek, udah capek. Ini nggak tahu antara Gen.G-nya yang gacor breeze atau EDG-nya nggak bisa main breeze anjir, atau kombinasi keduanya. Bisa aja. Presco kalah kemarin, suwe aja sih, suwe. Banyak bad timingnya, banyak banget. Itu pertama, kedua mungkin karena agent comms-nya sih kalau menurut gua. Salah satunya. Tapi enggak sih, agent comms harusnya bukan jadi masalah. Emang kalah nembak dikit juga. Ada masalah kalah nembak juga kalau gua lihat. EDG kemarin gacor banget sih. Terutama cicunya.
Not only making
Gak
it
masuk
to
akal.
a Masters, but making it to a Masters.
Kayaknya
playoff.
keduanya,
For a lot of these players, that was a dream that may never have come. And with a roster that many wouldn't have expected to be this damn good, they are just 2 rounds away from making that history and being, wow, maybe even one of the favorites to take the crown. Still, the players up against them are not ones that you can be foolish, that you can give chances to, and they have struggled on this defensive time before.
Tiba-tiba
EDG clearly not giving up.
tapi ini tekstur bro.
Pistol rounds is devastating.
Susah sih.
The lurking Karen is all that remains. Watch your flank.
It's a trap here as well. Just gets caught by that. There's the info to play with.
Ingat ini pistol round, jadi apapun masih bisa terjadi.
Using Fnatic's pistol, you'll have to channel some of that energy and then some.
Yeah, you need more than that.
Well, it's a mini victory, so to speak, for EDG. 11-2. They've doubled the rounds here with the pistol win. That's, yeah, that pretty much summarizes this game so far. It's been tough.
But that was the thing. We saw that comeback happen because of a fantastic tactical pause.
Mulai.
No, not until overtime at least. They've got to do it on their own. The coaches, they mentioned it. I think it was Chichu in the interview we saw earlier. How much they think the coaches really impact them. How much they lead by example. Well,
Oke, tekstur ini investasi Marshall sama kayak Kangkang kelakuannya.
I guess that will be the real possibility. Even still though, texture going for a little bit of an investment here.
Ngeri banget nih orang.
Not a whole lot to play with, and of course,
Koper
you
anjir.
don't really expect
Ditembakin tuh
any
pintunya.
players to be saving too much here for the side of EDG because you can't afford to play a bonus round.
13-11 jauh sih, 13-11 ya. Kulit bener nih perjalanannya nih.
Texture's dealt with though. And now
Nah, dia belum buy round, aman.
EDG have site control. Man advantage times 3. And well, it looks like Gen.G will fall flat in this eco round. 1 kill for Lakia. And we're at the stage with 2 rounds needed for Gen.G. I don't really care how much damage they do.
Click that.
They can make this a bit more costly. But for Munchkin, he's picked up a sheriff.
Bunuh hodongnya yuk, sejaknya yuk. Biar ada pulang sedikit di ekonomi.
It's 11-2 though, he can do it.
Bang Rigen, kenapa jadi Bang Rigen?
Probably just going down to the spike.
Siapa lagi yang Rigen lagian? Orang dibilang Rigen, cok.
Had so many plays that have been based off confidence. I wouldn't even mind too much if he tried to just do some damage.
Cypher kayak Rigen loh.
Lead, but clearly just wanting to make sure that they don't give any of those orbs over to, well, Khan, Howdong, and instead we'll just go down to the spike. Now, I fully expect that any weaker weaponry here for EDG is just upgraded. You can't be playing a bonus round here. You are too far behind. If you allow them to get to 12, you're playing for overtime, and we are at least seeing rifles purchased up. It's still not going to be the best of buys, though. That's the thing. I think an Outlaw's been purchased in the place of a Marshal. That's a slight upgrade at least, and it will still allow them to buy into the next round, but even with the slight weaknesses, EDG need to win this.
Well, EDG have 3 rounds, and Munchkin has 3 deaths. It's been a pretty strong game for Gen.G so far, and now the rifles come out. As you said, EDG have some upgrades, but there's no such thing as, oh, well, we lost the bonus, it's all good. No. You gotta win that bonus, and nobody's off to a flying start with Karen already down and out. Gen.G's numbers thin out, and the A site, well, you see, with the wall already up, I think they're gonna wait for another pulse. The wall goes down, Kankan might have an opportunity to spray away. Good spray through, it's dealing some damage. Texture's forced back, caught by nobody. This is a good look for the side of EDG, trading out one after
jadi
another.
serem gini?
Said they needed to win this bonus.
Jadi bonus cair gini?
Down, but Meteor, yeah, has a free kill. And it's been left to a 1v2. Very winnable for Meteor.
1v2 masih winnable banget, tapi sayangnya Kangkang pakai ini, pakai outlaw. That's the problem.
Both players sat back. He does take the TP. It's being watched by Kankan. Both players around this angle. It would have to be a mistake at this stage. And even Kankan, one of the most confident players, decides it's not worth it. Smart stuff from EDG. Not going to overextend. And this is the exact start they needed to start what will be one of the most ridiculous comebacks of all time. Still,
Apakah
8 or 9 rounds, I'm even going to start thinking about
11 curse iya lagi. Angka curse di channel ini 11, Cok.
Like that push from Karen is ludicrous. It just goes walking out. You can kind of understand it at this point when you won that.
Mereka nggak respect outlaw sih kayaknya. Itu kayaknya pada beli half armor apa ya? Pada kena one shot sama outlawnya anjir.
11-4. A huge lead for Gen.G. And they decide to call a timeout. Funny, because you mentioned, Tom, earlier about how Chichu was complimenting the coaching staff of EDG, saying how important it is for them to touch base with them. The Gen.G have given them an opportunity to do so, but obviously they're just concerned about closing this game out.
When your coach is solo, one of the legendary Korean FPS players, you don't care who's on the other side. But I'll be honest with you, he is someone who was there at the beginning of Valorant. He was there in titles before Valorant for many, many years. He has so much experience that I think they're going to value that a lot more than, oh, okay, now After gets to talk to his team as well. I also think there is just an aspect of momentum breaking. Because the fact is, I think of any team that we have in the scene, you watch Kankan's camera, when that guy gets pumped up, you're in trouble. So create the calm. Use your pauses for that. It might even just be.
Ada yang belum like, di like dulu ya guys ya. Ini stream baru soalnya guys. Di 100-kan lagi yuk.
Well, yeah, when you've got a lead like that, you see your players playing loose. I can also understand just calling that timeout to say, yeah, everybody calm down. Let's play.
Masih sulit sih. Dengan baik kayak gini. Bahkan lakinya Baki di map seluas ini jadi ya.
Big lead for Gen.G. Defensive side, couple of
next round
nothing huge, mostly sheriffs. Marshall.
Kecuali tiba-tiba tembakan-tembakannya texture sama meteor.
I mean,
dapat 3 gitu.
See these rounds where you group up, try to play the numbers, but it's such a big map.
EDG bakal menang bang. Kalau enggak lu member ya. Kalau enggak lu member ya.
Pop off individually. I think really we're just thinking about the next round.
I'm definitely intrigued by a Bucky on Breeze. I'm not sure it's something that will necessarily be expected, but when you have that extra controller in the form of Karen, you can create little pockets for someone like that to play. And as I said, his resurgence in this series has been fantastic. And his resurgence in the scene in general. He had to go through being slightly trapped to a one-map player to being trapped in the tier 2.
Waduh.
Now he's been shot in the face.
Lakinya nggak dapat apa-apa, Cok.
One of those plays you never really expected to work. Meteor, though, still making things interesting. But he will fall as well. Munchkin a little bit out of the action. Looking to keep the rounds to deaths ratio the same.
Nah, podcast. Munchkinnya podcast dulu.
Okay.
If we're being pedantic,
he's died a few more times. But for EDG, 13-5 on last map. Pushing up to 5 here. Full buy for Gen.G next. Deja vu starts to ring true, but the attacking side has had a good run of things in this round at least. Damage is very minimal.
Tawar lagi.
And Howdong both extremely low. Sheriff.
Tidak tenang sudah.
They're just going for the exit. towards the spawn. Yeah, well, Munchkin might not die to the spike. It depends how quickly he pushes out here. Still being watched on the cross, but he finds a nice, safe corner to go down to it. So he'll still be on the line.
Enggak.
11 to 5.
Dulu pernah nyobain, cuman gue merasa ngapain gue tryhard seperti ini. Jadi pro player juga enggak.
It's worth mentioning, Lakia, well, he's 13 to 9 right now, 3 assists. He was 3 kills, 18 deaths, 1 assist on map 1. I mean, it was an abysmal map for him on Icebox, but Split and Breeze, he's back in the game.
Well, it still seems like it was the closest map so far.
Kalau FF apalagi itu anjir.
How things are going elsewhere, but
Gue nggak tertarik Battle Royale.
EDG starting to bridge the gap.
And follow bang. Tiba-tiba tersate di hole. What the fuck, man?
If this man starts gaining confidence, well, it doesn't get any better than that.
1 shot, 2 kills. Gen.G left to rely on a very scattered hole.
Passingnya sulit bener nih.
You can see those defenders are going to have big performances
Tidak
when the
gegabah.
push comes down. And it looks like EDG want to shove into the A site. This is
Biar
Texture's
ekonomi itu nih Sapa ya.
The drone could clear him. Or at least keep
Kalau
him behind
ada
this
yang
right
nggak
wall,
mati,
as it's about
dapatnya
to
cuma
go.
1000.
The push
Kalau mati
comes
semua
through. Texture,
1900.
no dash. He's being silenced, suppressed, but he still fires back. 23 HP though. And the
Terus
players
dia
are quickly
milih mati sama Spike karena biar nggak ngasih musuh duit. Lo kalau mati, musuhnya dapat yang nge-kill lo dapat 200 kredit sama dapat ultimate point. Jadi mending mati sama Spike. Apalagi keadaannya udah pasti kalah. Oh, this is winnable. Ah, timing, cok. The timing so bad.
He's keeping his opponent behind the pyramid, but nobody jumps up top to take him down. As 6th for EDG, the gap down to 5. It's not quite manageable yet, but this attack side is really picking up some momentum.
Anjir, OP-nya dibuang anjir. OP-nya dibuang ke pantai anjir.
That's the thing.
They throwing the op off the map. They did. They threw it
Ya
off the map. I guess
ampun.
because Con has the Blade Storm, he's going to use that for what could be a much quicker round.
I guess attempting something a little bit more explosive. Blade Storm available on the other side as well. But yeah, I guess maybe the surprise factor of that operator now being gone. It's not like they don't have the finances for it.
Right here.
You can see the patience. Interesting, actually, considering how passive they're holding in this round at the moment. I feel like that operator could have had some value. They're going to remove the cam with a shock dart.
Sering terjadi.
Chi-Chu now looks to reclaim that control, something that was given up earlier in the round, and it looks like they might be about to use Kalian as a bit of a sledgehammer. Information going to be found, though. Already clearing out A main, and I don't know if he's going to get far enough. Might be able to spot some of the players in mid. That would be huge. He has. He's seen that they're still passively waiting. Will TP back to the site, but it means that they're not going to pull any early rotations just yet. In fact, though, EDG are going to use that as a move towards B.
Cage up from Chi-Chu as well. He's making his way around mid for the lurk. The rest of the players need to break through the B site. Viper utility to block them on the retake, but the fight is taken instead. Munchkin blinded up completely, but
Karonnya nggak dicek, mantap, nggak apa-apa. Munchkin jadi tumbal. Texture juga dapat 1, nggak apa-apa, nice. Itu dia akhirnya. Akhirnya ada jawaban.
One more needed for Gen.G. 6 chances to pull it across the line.
Akhirnya dikasih jawaban, coy.
By what we've seen in these last 2 maps, this Gen.G squad, I don't know if they need to play a 1-map before the series, but they are just I would, if this was online, I'd say it's 5 different players, Tom.
Well, that is the thing. You look at their last few series, it does kind of feel like that. They always seem to lose one, except for an overtime victory for a 2-0 versus DRX. But that's also just something to talk about. The teams they're going through, it's not like they've had an easy route. You can't sit there and go, oh, you know, they beat one of the weaker teams in their region. They beat DRX, they beat PaperX, they beat
ultinya ada 4 nih,
These are teams that have all
EDG dapat
been
ulti.
within top 4 at international events. Now they look to be
laki dapat 1.
number 1, a team again who's been in the playoffs before.
Karon lagi, nice, winnable.
Might be theirs.
Jadi winnable banget.
Just 2 kills away. from creating history for their organization within Valorant.
Tinggal cicunya aja.
It's looked like it is done and dusted.
Keples teman
Gen.G
sendiri gak
will be the
sih?
second team to make it through
Yo,
to the playoffs. But
game.
it's a return to greatness.
Is that
What a
KO?
resurgence for this man.
Itu flashnya KO gak sih?
On the international stage.
KO
and
temannya
seeing
sendiri gak sih?
counting down the years, but even in this series, 3 kills, 18 deaths, and 1 assist.
Terima
to
kasih,
start it
bro.
out. And he certainly woke up towards the second and third map, but there's nothing that you could do you could say to take this away.
Gox bro, Gox. Pacific berjaya atas Gen.G bro, with Gen.G bersama Gen.G. Bocil tantrum. Hadi memberikan sesuai janjinya, memberikan satu gift membership kepada Iswandi. Berterima kasih Iswandi atas sponsornya. Anjir lah. Medon, iya aman Dito. Bentar lagi mau sahur juga kan? 3 menit lagi kalau di sini kan. 3 menit lagi.
Bersiaplah kalian semuanya, akan aku bangunkan.
Bersiaplah.
Tunggu aku. Jam 3. Bersiaplah. Sahur. Sahur lagi. Yuk, sahur semuanya. Sahur. Sahur semuanya.
Kabur.
Sahur. Ayo sahur. Sahur.
Sahur.
Anjing.
Sahur. Sahur. Sahur.
Loh, ritual tiap jam 3 bro.
Sahur.
Aduh, gua udah enak. Lu gak lihat videonya, gua lihat anjing. Gua yang enak bangsat. Kalian kagak lihat, Cok. Gua yang lihat. Capek bener. Mbak translatornya lucu. Kipas tuh 1 menit lagi no. Baik. Mana aja lu. By the way, besok pertandingan berikutnya ini ya untuk yang kalah lawan yang kalah. Besok itu pertandingan pertama ada Fun Plus Phoenix lawan Loud. Terus game kedua baru tim Heretic lawan Peprex. Anjir. Lagi terakhir, Cok. Tapi ya udahlah, nggak apa-apa, untuk menjadi juara emang harus ketemu anyway. Ayolah. Habis ini abang, habis ini ya habis. Kan udah ya. By the way, sebelum kalian meninggalkan jangan lupa di like dulu ya, Bra ya. Si bocil tantrum. Final kebagian. Apakah iya?
아쉬웠던 부분이 있는 건지 아니면 좀 어떻게 설명할 수 있을지.
Siapa tahu ada yang mau mendengarkan.
맵픽이요?
네.
맵픽에서는 사실 저희 생각으로는 전혀 문제 없었고요. 근데 오늘은 조금 되게 의외였었던 것 같아요.
왜요?
어센트를 밴을 할 줄은 몰랐어요. 저희가. 네, 그게 다예요.
No, I don't think the map beetles or preparation were the problems, but what did catch us kind of off guard was EDG banning Ascent.
Okay, that is a good one. Parece ser que no les preocupa mucho que hayan fallado y hayan perdido los 2 map picks que han tenido.
Kalian tidak perlu bantuan translate saya kan? Kalian tahu kan kalau translate-nya dari saya gimana?
Eso es lo único que les ha sorprendido un poco. Para la segunda pregunta,
tidak perlu kan?
Preguntar cómo puede ser que no se vengan abajo con toda la presión de llegar siempre a ese tercer mapa. Also, as a result, we've had very long matches. You always end up in that third map. Eventually, right, the pressure is going to catch up. Do you think that you deal very well with pressure, or is something that doesn't bother you at all also moving on to playoffs now?
계속해서 시원한 2대0 승리가 아니라 2대1로 경기를 이기고 있는데 좀 이런 부분에서 앞으로
gila kalau jadi translator tuh berarti harus ingatannya kuat ya.
부담감에 대해서는
bayangin lo harus mendengarkan sepanjang ini terus di translate gitu. ingatannya harus kuat, Cok. Gua udah kagak bisa ini.
센 팀이라고 생각을 해서 근데 2대0으로 끝내고 싶은 게 간절하긴 합니다. 제 개인적으로.
ingatan gua kan kayak ikan ya. Menghilang setelah 3 detik anjing.
We're definitely okay with the pressure, but personally I am desperate to close our series out 2-0, but we're pretty confident with our resilience and the ability to, crawl back or even just to recover.
Dice que no, la verdad es que la presión no le molesta en absoluto. Le encanta la resiliencia que tienen y cómo son capaces de darle la vuelta a la tortilla. Aunque la verdad es que le gustaría mucho tener un resultado 2-0 para ir tranquilitos. Esto es todo lo que tenemos. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you in playoffs. Go get a long rest.
Ngomongin speedrun,
Let's toss this back to the desk.
Thank you.
Hey, I got a question for you, Mimi.
Oke. Udah jam berapa sih? Jam 3 ya baru ya? Kagak ngantuk gua anjir. Kemarin lebih lama soalnya anjir. Kemarin jam berapa? Jam 4, jam 5 gitu ya. Wilson udah Jenderal udah tidur gini anjir. Halo bang, aku sahur. Iya sahur. Salam kenal sahur. Aku admin yokai. pada udah off semua kah? Udah guys, kita ketemu lagi besok ya guys ya. Semoga aja besok nggak ada drama internet ini lagi, internet rungkat anjir. Gue bakalan restart dulu, semoga gue ingat dah. Udah guys, thank you ya guys ya. Kita ketemu lagi besok. Tag-nya lebih kencang soalnya yang kalah pulang besok. 2 pertandingan, siapapun yang kalah pulang. So ya, bye bye guys, bye bye, thank you, see you.